Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Creatures Comedy Podcast. We've got a special guest. Look into that camera. It's Louis Garnham.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Evan. I'm excited to be here.
Dude, no, thank you. I'm excited to have you. I feel like this podcast, being a comedy podcast in Manchester, has 90% Australians on it.
Yeah, it's funny. When I was in your green room / office yesterday, I saw a little drawing of a cat on the wall in the distance, and I got like this pang of homesickness because I was like, I know who's drawn that cat, and he's actually not Australian, he's Japanese, but I feel like he's Australian. I feel like he's more Australian than Japanese. Like someone I spend a lot of time with in Australia, Takashi Wakasugi, and when I saw that, I just felt like, oh, that's nice, isn't it? Like just someone from that world, and now I'm in this green room in Manchester, and I see the little cat. It's like his tag or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
It's like his little symbol.
Dude, and
cartoon cat.
He's genuinely the best. Like, again, like I know him from Australia, and when he came through here, he did like a week of gigs, and he's so sweet, like helping clean up after, bringing the staff snacks.
Yeah,
like,
he's the best. One time I did at the Melbourne Comedy Festival, my show was before his in the same venue, and after all my shows for the whole run, I'd finish my show, I'd come off stage, and he'd be waiting there with a matcha flavored Kit Kat, and he'd always say, good show or bad show? And if I'd say bad show, he'd give me 2, and if I'd say good show, he'd be like, you can just have 1 today. But if he knew I had a bad show, he'd be like, you can have 2 today.
What a sweet
every day for the whole run.
But like, I think the comedy industry needs more people like that.
Totally. Yeah. He's a beautiful guy. If you're listening to this, Waka, we love you.
Shout outs to Waka. Yeah. I think that's why like I have so many Australians on here, because it's like all the friends that I made while I was like living out there.
Yeah.
And they're like everybody's on tour now. Everybody's killing it.
Totally. Yeah. And I think like that's what we were talking about yesterday. I think everyone's like, you need to be on tour more, and you need to be in the UK, and you need to be around the world, and you need to be just doing as much touring as possible. Even in the music industry, I think that's the same, right? It's just like fucking touring is how you're going to survive.
Well, yeah, I think in music, you only really make your money off of touring.
Yeah.
That's why, like, if I go to a show, like, I'll always buy merch there because I know that money's going directly to the artist.
Totally, yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Aussies have really figured that out. And I think it's because, like, the way you guys do comedy, how it's, like, set up down there, of you're bred to do festivals.
Yeah.
And it's not just here where it's like the Edinburgh Festival or like another couple. You guys have just a regimented 6 months of like Perth Fringe, Adelaide Fringe, Melbourne Comedy Festival, Sydney Comedy Festival, fucking Perth Comedy Festival then.
Canberra Comedy Festival is then. And then, it's they just all line up. Brisbane.
Yeah, New Zealand,
and then you'd go to Edinburgh. It's that first half of the year is just insane. It's like, and it's crazy how all the festivals have like coordinated it so that you can do that circuit. I mean, I don't know if that is why they're all like that, but it's kind of perfect that they're like that. That must be why it's like that. Yeah. But yeah, so I think you're right. It's like, I've written a new hour every year for the last like 9 years. And so like, you just get into, it's just a habit. Every year in like August, September, I'm like, fuck, all right, let's write a new hour. And I'm always like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I have time. But then you just do it. And I think, that's very good for touring. We're like ready to tour sort of thing.
Well, it kind of like puts training wheels on you for doing it.
Totally.
Yeah. Stabilizers. For
Yeah. What's the system in Canada? Like, what's the like, do they have festivals? Obviously they have just for laughs, but like, I assume that's like sort of the epicenter of Canadian comedy, but then like, what's going on around that kind of thing?
So Canada's more like the American system.
Yeah.
So like a show on a regular comedy club is an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So you have like the MC does like 15, and then an opener does 5 to 7. Then you have a middle doing 15 to 20. Then you have a closer doing 45.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And then it's like, everybody sits. There's no intermission. People bring drinks. It's table service. They have like the check spot. Even if you're at like a New York club, it'll be like, 15 or 10s.
True, yeah.
But for the most part, we just have comedy clubs.
Yeah.
So you kind of like, you have to build up to the point where you're doing 45s, and then you tour all the comedy clubs. But you can only really do them like once a year kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you're going like city to city, and you can only do it for a weekend.
Yeah, shit. So then a lot of Canadians would have to go to America, I assume, to like.
A lot of Canadians do go to America.
Yeah.
But again, you're going back in at the bottom of a system where, like, sure, you might be funnier and you have some connections, but you're going back in at the bottom because nobody knows you. So then you kind of have to like bounce off and get better and then like re-break into a scene where I find for Australians coming up, they already have their polished tour show. They go to Edinburgh, they put it on, and like, oh, now I'm just hanging with the boys.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah, I feel when it comes to comedy, I actually feel very lucky that I'm from Australia.
Yeah.
Particularly, like, I live in Melbourne. So that's a month of every year during the Melbourne Comedy Festival where I live in London now. I just forgot that I live in London. But for the last 10 years, I've lived in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And so that's like a month every year for the last 10 years where I haven't had to pay for accommodation and I've been able to do full runs at the Melbourne Comedy Festival, which like I wouldn't have been able to do if I was paying for accommodation. Like I would have done little runs, of course, but I've been able to do a full month in Melbourne every single year because I just live there and I don't have to pay for a hotel. It's like, I don't know, it's very lucky. And yeah, I think Australia, the other cool thing is that like because it's so small, very early on in your career, you start doing big gigs, big venues and theaters and stuff like that. That can all happen pretty quickly because there's not that many people. So then, like, I don't know. I feel like you learn a lot very quickly in Australia.
Yeah, I definitely give that to you. And like doing the Melbourne Comedy Festival, there's like that one artist bar where everybody just kind of mingles.
Yeah.
And it kind of like takes away this like hierarchy of like who's where.
Totally.
And everybody's just in the same place.
Totally.
At least for like that month.
Which I wonder, like, I imagine Just for Laughs isn't like that. I imagine there's a lot more hierarchy there.
Not at all, dude. Yeah. It's like the inner circle of the Hunger Games.
Yeah, totally.
It's just the top dogs from around the world.
Yeah.
And everybody's just like it's harder to get in. I think it's easier now. I don't know. Like I've still not.
Surely they give to locals. Like if you live in Montreal and you're not like, you know, an international famous comedian, do you get like some sort of local rights where you can get in and do a show in a small venue or not so much?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is a lot like of local showcases that are added into it.
Yeah.
But just really for Montreal comics. Outside of that, there's like Homegrown, which is for like across Canada.
Yep.
Yeah.
And do they do at Just for Laughs? Is there a French section or is it all in English?
So, that's a friggin' good question, dude. Just for Laughs is a month-long festival where 10 days of it is English.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Yeah. The rest is French. Juste pour rire.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Dude, French comedy,
that just shows so much how better. Like I'm so like English centric because I didn't even know that. I just thought it was all. That's wild.
If you want to be a successful comedian in Canada and not have to leave the country to get popular,
you got to speak French.
You got to do comedy in French.
Yeah.
Like the French comedy scene is so good.
Yeah, right. Okay.
The whole French industry, like the Quebec itself, it's so insular. So like you have all these comics who are doing it in French, but they speak Québécois.
Yeah.
So people listen to the people who sound like them.
Wow.
And that's the frustrating thing about Canada is all the American TV shows are filmed in Canada.
Yeah.
So it feels more Canadian than American.
Yeah.
So we're watching their stuff. All the extras are all Canadian. So they're essentially putting on Canadian shows with American big name actors, filming it in our places. So we feel like that's our culture, but we don't have it for us.
Yeah. Yes, I mean that's very fucking American, isn't it?
Yeah. Straight up. Don't get me started, dude. And tonight the Jays are gonna beat the freaking Dodgers. Yeah, I'm pumped.
Is that baseball?
Baseball, yeah. Do you want to watch it tonight?
Maybe. Who's the Jays?
Toronto Blue Jays, baby. Toronto. Sorry, I'm so pumped.
I tried to watch a baseball game. I say maybe because I tried to watch a baseball game once and I found it so fucking boring. And I think I just tuned out. And I'm sorry to say that to you. I apologize.
I find it so boring.
It's just like...
But now there's
more boring than cricket. Right, okay.
Right, when you have stakes and you have the drama and you have the characters and the players. And then you also have the weight of the political.
Totally.
Oh,
yeah. I
we're
mean,
doing
that's
it for the
crazy.
country.
Yeah.
Because
that's
like
wild.
Toronto, this will be the first time in like over 30 years that we're even like in the finals.
Yeah.
So
Wait, so what is it? Is it the World Series?
it's the World Series
tonight.
We can win the whole thing tonight.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We're up 3-2. It's game 6 tonight, game 7 tomorrow.
And who are you playing against?
The LA Dodgers.
Fuck.
Huge.
That is actually
Huge.
massive. That's
Dude, it's
wild.
a big game. Starts at midnight.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's cool. I mean, maybe I'll watch it. I'll see how I'm feeling after the game.
Doesn't sound like you want to watch it.
It's crazy because like that's the most inviting baseball game I've ever been to. Like that's like the ultimate. It's like, you know, it's like fuck Trump. It's got all these layers to it. It's the World Series, all this shit, and I'm still like, yeah, maybe. Dude, that's how much I hate baseball.
Only Canadian team in the league.
Yeah. Whoa.
So it's the entire country of Canada.
That's sick.
It's the same when the Raptors went to the finals.
Totally.
So
which
like
I loved. Fucking DeMar DeRozan. Kawhi Leonard. Was that? Yeah. Fuck. I loved that.
But like I missed it.
Yeah.
I was here in the UK watching on a phone on a couch, being like, oh. I was going on like Instagram and like the hot spots and like looking at stories to be like, why is everybody having such a good time without me?
And they won the finals, didn't they? So they would have done that big, like, you know, when the NBA teams come back to the town. And it's like, Did they win in Toronto or did they win away?
I couldn't tell you. I forget. It's so long ago.
But I reckon it's cool when they win away and then they like come back to the city and everyone's like,
no, dude. If we win in Toronto tonight,
that'd be crazy. So it's in Toronto tonight.
It's in Toronto tonight.
Why does it get to be in Toronto? Like, is it?
We won more games.
Right. So that's who gets it.
Yeah. But I was back home for game 7 of the last series where we won the league champion.
Whoa.
But I flew from Toronto. I got my flight. I put on game 3. Right? I was watching it because I bought the internet on the flight.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it all the way from Toronto, flew to London. It went 18 innings. That's 2 baseball games back to back. I watched it over an ocean, and I got off, and they were still going.
Oh my god!
It was the coolest thing in the world.
That even more makes me not want to watch it tonight. Like, what the fuck? Be up for like 2 days.
I had my phone
that
playing the
crazy,
game. People
though.
behind me were watching it.
That's crazy.
And then like I'm watching it, and there was like a little British family who obviously just came from Toronto.
Yeah.
And they were all like,
yeah.
"Jays!" And like we went down one of those moving sidewalks, and I put the game on like the railing, so we're just standing there, me and a strange family, watching the Jays, cheering them on as we're going. Sorry, it was so cute. This is supposed to be a comedy podcast.
Yeah, this is a sport podcast, but that is sick, and that's like you'll always remember that, and I do love that. Like I remember Rafael Nadal and Federer played this final. I think it might have been Wimbledon actually.
Sorry,
and
were you shitting on baseball and now bringing up tennis?
Tennis is pretty exciting to watch. I
seem
can't
pumped,
play,
bro.
but no, tennis is like, I reckon tennis, I mean, this is a crazy statement for someone who doesn't like play tennis at all.
Okay.
Or follow it. Like nowadays, I don't know any of the players, but I would say, I reckon tennis is top 3 sports to watch. Australian football, soccer, which is called football here, and tennis. Number 4 would be basketball. But tennis is a great sport to watch because it's like pa pa pa, and it's just like it's a one-on-one battle. That's the thing. I think for the same reason people love MMA. It's like one-on-one. They fucking slog it out.
Yeah,
it's like
people love tennis and MMA for the same
That's the Venn
reasons.
diagram. Yeah, Joe Rogan fans are like big into tennis.
Yeah,
I think so. Tennis is sick, man.
I love that you're trying.
There's
going to
be some people listening to this that fully agree with what I just said. Some people are going to be like, do you know Mike Goldstein?
Oh, yeah.
Man, if he heard this, he would be fucking backing me up hard. He loves tennis.
That's always like a great way to prove a point. Being like, you know this one guy?
It's literally the only person I could think of.
Oh, we got two. We got two.
Yes.
You love tennis in the same way MMA?
Fucking oath. Me too.
Okay.
Tennis is great.
Okay,
it's a great sport to watch. It's a great sport to watch.
Baseball, baby.
I think like baseball and cricket have like this technical aspect that like if you're into it, you love it. And if you don't know that technical aspect, it just seems like people standing around. Do you know what I mean? But all the hand-eye coordination, it's so like precise that like if you don't get it, you don't get it.
I'm not gonna lie. I played baseball in high school.
True. Yeah. There you
and
go.
hated every minute of it.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, I have like trouble focusing.
Yeah.
So they put me in the outfield.
Oh, man.
And then I'd get distracted.
Totally.
And the ball would rarely come because we're all children, so it wouldn't come to the outfield. So then like, why didn't you get the ball? I'm like, because I'm bored.
Thinking about something else.
Yeah, fucking head in the clouds.
Imagine now with phones, probably everyone in the outfield's just like looking at Instagram and shit.
Oh, 100%. And then you know how terrifying it is to have a kid who doesn't know how to pitch properly, throwing a ball at you, and you've got to hit it with a bat? I'd close my eyes every time.
It's a crazy sport and a crazy, just everything about it's like, it feels quite primitive. Like even the baseball bat, it's just like a fucking club, isn't it?
Yeah,
like we just throw something and we club it. Like it's got to be old. Is it an old game? It feels old as fuck. Like throw the ball, whack, like with this club. It just feels fucking old. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a variation of some shit they were doing in caves, essentially.
Holy shit.
You know what I mean?
Hold on. We'll
I reckon it's probably real old.
Let's talk about comedy in a second, but there's one thing I need to say. Because on TikTok today, I saw a game that's going to revolutionize baseball for you.
Whoa.
Tennis baseball.
Whoa.
It's baseball with a tennis racket, and you hit the ball to each other with a tennis racket.
Wait. So, hold on. Are you on a baseball field?
Yeah.
With a tennis racket?
Everybody's got tennis rackets. Dude, it's like
so
the
if you're
thing you
fielding,
love, but amplified.
Wait. So if you're fielding and the ball comes to you, you want to hit it back towards the person who's running.
Yeah.
And if it's on the ground, do you have to pick it up and then hit it? Or what?
You can pick it up or you
ground?
can bounce it up and kind of like, yeah.
Whoa.
I don't know. I saw that today and I'm like, oh, this is actually
perfect.
perfect.
Does the pitcher serve it like a tennis?
I think they throw it, and then you got to hit it with a tennis racket, and then everybody's got like a mitt and a tennis racket.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, true. All right, that could be for me. If the World Series tonight was that, and if we can make that happen, I know it's late notice, but if we can get them, call Trudeau or some shit.
The best I can. Oh, he's not in anymore.
Right.
Dude, he's with Katy Perry right now.
Oh yeah, true.
We fucked up as a country.
Yeah. Who's your prime minister now?
Now Mark Carney.
Right.
Yeah.
Never even heard of it.
But the best I can do is baseball and TV. We hold tennis rackets.
That's not bad.
Okay. Now, if the tennis rackets were just squash paddles. No, not squash. Pickleball paddles.
Yeah, you're losing me slightly. Are we hitting anything to each other?
We can play
pickleball while we watch it? I mean,
we can be in a kitchen. How about that?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
With food?
Sure. Yeah. I'm
Cool.
definitely going to eat. Okay, I do want to...
We haven't spoken about comedy at all.
We haven't. Sorry, we went on a tangent.
No, I think actually at the start we spoke about comedy a little bit in just in like a sort of like industry kind of way.
Yeah, but then I got so jazzed about the fucking game tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to ask questions to you about comedy because you're from Adelaide?
Yeah. Whoa,
yeah.
Good memory.
Yeah, well, for sure, dude.
I think we probably met for the first time in Adelaide, I reckon, me and you. Yeah. But yeah, I'm from Adelaide. I moved to Melbourne. I'd been doing comedy for about 3 years when I moved to Melbourne.
Okay,
cool. I think I was like 22 years old or something.
Because like Adelaide has such a good like export of comics.
Totally. Yeah. And I think a lot of that is probably to do with the Adelaide Fringe, right? Like this huge, massive festival being on every year. I think that was always like a thing to aim towards. If you were a comedian in Adelaide, it's like, pretty, like I was saying before, early on, it's like, I'm going to put on a show at the Fringe. I think I did that after I'd been doing comedy for like a year or something.
Dude,
so it's like great. Early on, you're putting together an hour or whatever. But yeah, heaps of great comics have come from Adelaide. Fucking big. And, James McCann, that's the only person that's ever done the Joe Rogan podcast that's an Australian comedian. James McCann, he's from Adelaide.
Oh, that's not true. He's not the only Aussie who's done it.
Oh yeah, Jim Jeffries would have done it. Who else would have done it?
Wolfie just did it.
Rogan?
Oh, the podcast. Oh, yeah. Sorry. No, he did kill Tony. That's my bad.
Yeah. But, I mean...
That'd be wild if Wolfie
I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
that would be sick if Wolfie was on Rogan.
Yeah.
So he's doing real well now. and he's always been a great comic. But there's heaps. Like,
oh yeah, you got Mickey D, Amos.
Fuck man, one of the best. One of the absolute best.
So good.
Georgie Carroll from here, but like spent a lot of time in Adelaide. Lives in Adelaide now.
Currently touring the UK.
She's touring the UK in like huge theaters. She's fucking great. For a small city, like really good output of comedians. And when I started, it was like there was just great comedians all around you. Like it was really good scene. Really,
so how did that kind of feel, like being in Adelaide, a smaller market, and seeing all these like bigger comics pop off? Did they lay like a framework of what you needed to do? Yeah,
they definitely did. Eventually, I remember really early on feeling like it was clicky and I didn't know how to access the click. But in fairness, I was fucking 17 when I started. So if you were a 26-year-old comedian in Adelaide who was, you know, doing well and you're a good comedian, and some fucking 17-year-old was like, hey, I've done 8 gigs, but like, can we hang out? Like, I probably would be a bit like, sorry, man. Like, you know, I'd be a bit like, you can't really be in our crew just yet.
For sure.
And that changed after a couple of years of being there. And then like I became mates with this really amazing group of people in Adelaide. And I used to, you know, you don't do this anymore much, but like I used to watch every show start to finish, and I'd go to shows where I wasn't on and I'd watch them, and you're just fucking learning constantly. And I think, that's why you need a good comedy scene in your city.
Who was your class? Like your generation?
So in my generation,
were you like the
some
Demi
of them,
Lardner?
I was just after Demi Lardner. Okay. So and those sort of people came just before me, like Demi Lardner and James McCann started probably a year or two before me, maybe. In my class, a lot of them have stopped now, but they were fucking great. Like Nick Huntley, did you ever hang out with him? Yeah. He was fucking good. A guy called Pat McCaffrey, he ended up writing for TV. Lewis Dow, he's doing screenwriting stuff as well now. Nice. He was a great comic. Who else was in there? Like Ivan was doing a lot of shit at that time. Ivan Aristieta, Amos Gill, he's in America. He's killing it over there. We all started similar time. All those sort of people.
Sick.
Yeah. Who else? There was some other big ones. But yeah, anyway, it was a good scene.
I loved Adelaide. Was the first place I went to do like a festival. So I felt like really kind of like I jumped in, and everybody was super lovely, super welcoming.
Yeah.
And I was just there for the festival, but like I'd hang out with the locals.
Yeah,
and I went and did some like local gigs at the same time.
Totally.
And it was so good.
It was a really welcoming scene. I mean, I'm sure it still is. It's a welcoming place, Adelaide. It's very like it's got that small town kind of feel,
dude.
You know.
I feel so connected to it though.
Yeah.
But it's also such a cooked place. Like you must have done some wild shows in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Like
totally.
What would you say? Like you can use your whole career, but like I think Adelaide specific is amazing. What's the weirdest place you've performed?
In Adelaide, I did. Oh man, there were some really weird ones, but I did. Oh god, I did so many. But there was one that was a few hours outside of Adelaide, probably a 2.5 hour, 3 hour drive.
Which you don't want to do.
You don't want to do. North of Adelaide. Actually,
that's not the direction you want to go.
Very close to. Are you familiar with the
Snowtown?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we almost said it at the same time.
So sort of like just down the road from the town of Snowtown, which I mean, if your listeners want to Google Snowtown at near Adelaide, they can. But there's pretty like bleak fucking place. And I think because of what happened with the Snowtown murders, I think that whole area actually got more bleak because like it's, you know what I mean? It's like forever marred by this fucked thing.
This is a podcast for the UK. Describe the Snowtown murders.
So the Snowtown murders were in the 90s, I think, late 90s. A guy he was from Queensland in the north of Australia, and he ended up in Adelaide, and him and a couple other guys, originally they thought they were on this like sort of crusade, like doing the right thing, or that's what they told themselves, because the first couple of people they killed were pedophiles in the area, in like the northern suburbs of Adelaide. So they were telling themselves they were fucking fixing the system, whatever. And then it just got real blurry what was a bad person or not. You know, maybe the first two were pedophiles, then it was just a gay guy, then it was someone with a disability, then it was anything. And they fucking it's just horrible shit. They ended up murdering like I think like 13 or 14 people. And the Snowtown connection, they were doing that in the northern suburbs of Adelaide, but they were hiding the bodies in barrels in this small country town called Snowtown, which is about 3 hours north of Adelaide. And they're in like an old bank, an abandoned bank. There were all these barrels with the decomposing bodies in them, and that's what the cops found. And there's a really great Aussie movie about it called Snowtown, which is a fucking really well-made film. It's fucked up. Like, even as I'm recommending it, I'm like I don't know if you should watch it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of the most fucked movies I've ever seen. But
because I only found this out after I went to Adelaide. It's the serial killer capital of the Southern
Totally,
Hemisphere.
yeah. So many serial killers from Adelaide.
It's insane.
In Adelaide, yeah. I remember. I think the reason I know so much about Snowtown, I remember when I was like 16, like a family friend for my birthday bought me a book about like all Adelaide's like famous serial killers, which was a fucking weird present for a kid.
Just as you're,
but
like,
I read it
to jerk off. Yeah. Like, oh, let's quell that for a little bit. Because it's probably linked because it's also like the most churches.
And then, you'd have to guess that that's a link, right? Like, it's called, it's known as the city of churches. It's probably the most Christian sort of known part of Australia or one of. Like, you'd assume. I used to do a bit about, like, I can't remember exactly what the bit was, but the things that Adelaide are famous for, it's serial killers, churches, wine, and marijuana. We've got like really good weed, really good wine, churches, and I used to do a bit about how those things are all linked. And I don't know, maybe there is some fucking link. Like, everyone's just getting too stoned, smoking too much hydroponic shit, getting paranoid, drinking, getting drunk, fucking spending too much time at the church, and then they start killing people. Maybe that's like the trajectory of Adelaide serial killers.
And then some will find an open mic.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. But there's also Snowtown, weirdly, my dog, who I've missed very much, she's back in Australia and I've been living over here, but she's from Snowtown.
Oh no.
So there was a Gumtree ad and someone was selling a dog and it was in Snowtown, and me and my dad drove up to Snowtown and picked her up off this really nice family, and they were doing it tough. And you could almost tell, like, there was like 6 or 7 puppies, and the kids, there was 2 kids, this sort of rundown house, and the kids were like, are you buying a dog? Like, are you going to buy? You could tell, like, the parents had already sort of promised, like, if we sell this dog, like, you're getting fucking pizza or whatever. So we had to buy her. Like, there was you couldn't just rock up and be like, nah. Like, they needed the cash. So we got her, and to be honest, she's a pretty hectic dog. Like, she's had a few issues, so I think she's got like a streak of Snowtown in her, you know.
Well, that's crazy that like Snowtown has kept that reputation.
Well, it's actually really sad. Like, when we drove into Snowtown to pick her up, you can tell the town is fucking depressed. Like, all the shops are closed down and shit, and it's just the Snowtown murders story. It was so big and prolific that it's just like, why would you fucking live there now? Or why would you visit? Like, there's no tourism. There's just like, it's just fucked, that town.
Yeah. So you did a gig?
I did a gig about 30 minutes away from that in another town, which is not...
This Mark's gig?
Mark.
Bogan?
Maybe. Oh, true.
I think I did the same gig.
I don't know if it was, but I did do a lot of weird gigs for Mark. But I'm trying to remember, and I don't think this was Mark's. And he definitely wasn't there on this night. But similar vibe, like, you know, the sort of vibe. This gig was at a big country pub in this town near Snowtown. Went in. It was all outside on like the decking of the pub. Probably about like pretty big, probably like 200 people. I would say 97% men in the audience. Country fucking Aussie, like, you've seen Aussie bloke, like fucking Orca Aussie blokes. And the act on before me, I was booked to do half an hour. I got there was no comedy on before me. There was a woman singing, and she had like a really good voice, and she was singing, but she was also like walking amongst the men, amongst the crowd, and she had like really big boobs, and she was like, as she'd sing to them, she'd sort of grab their heads and press them against, and they'd be like, yeah, and like she was like, and sort of like taking off bits of her clothes, like not fully stripping, like you know, not, you wouldn't call it stripping, but it was like serenading these men, and they fucking loved her. Light burlesque, exactly, to a crowd of all men, and they fucking loved her, and she had a great voice, and she was killing it, to be honest. She was so good, but it was very sexually coded, you know. So all these testosterone blokes are just fucking and then she just goes, "That was so fun, and now we've got comedy. Welcome to the stage, Lewis Garnham." And I was booked to do 30. I did 10. It's the only time in my career where I've been booed. And like booed badly, like booed off stage. Like from when I started getting small boos, and then the boos built, and that just got fully booed.
Dude,
like,
I'm picturing 17-year-old you.
It was fucked. It was so brutal. And then it was just like, it was volatile as well. It was one of those ones where you get off stage, and I was like, let's get to the fucking car. Like there was one other comedian on. He went after me. He bombed as well, and then we were just like, let's get the fuck out of here.
You know what? Sometimes if you're doing a gig, you don't match the energy. You have to switch it up.
Yeah.
You don't go out there, do your jokes while rubbing your dick on the shoulders of men. Like, that's not going to work. That's going to get you booed.
Totally.
You can't just be doing that.
Exactly. And it's just like, I think that's just like a scheduling mistake, right? It's like,
100%.
If I'd gone on first and she'd closed, they would have been like, ha ha ha, very funny, very funny. And then, whoa, you know, like, it's just like, I can't follow someone who's turning men on. Do you know what I mean? Like these country blokey men. Comedy's not going to cut it once they're all fucking charged up by her.
She probably had another pub to go rub her titties on. That's always so hard.
That was a tough gig.
I've done like a gig in a strip club before.
Yeah, I mean, that would be very hard for the same reason, right?
Yeah, they scheduled it. The chick does, well, the stripper, the chick. The exotic dancer does 3 songs. So one tits out, or like one just like a dance. The next one boobies out. The next one like underwear off, fully naked. And then we go up, do 5 minutes.
That's so tough.
And then another stripper goes up, does 3 songs.
Did you bomb?
Oh yeah. You're just.
And who was it just like the stripper crowd? Like what was the demographic? Was it just like people that would usually be at the strip club, or was it like a comedy crowd in a strip club?
No, it was just a strip club crowd.
Totally. Yeah, of
they
course.
Were just trying to
because like comedy fans wouldn't be like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the comedy in a strip club. Like it's gonna be strip club fans. Do you know what I mean? It's not gonna be the other way around.
There's a way to do it where it's a variety show, but this was not.
Totally. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like burlesque and comedy can go hand in hand, but it's all about the way you schedule it and the setting and everything, and it can go fucking horribly wrong. For the comedians. It's always fun.
I think they just wanted us to go up there in between the dancers, because like you'd be on stage doing your jokes, and then the next dancer would be like cleaning the pole while you're doing your jokes. You're like, all right, this is pointless.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that comedy requires less like attention than it does. Do you know what I mean? Like, people are like, yeah, why don't you just do comedy like at the beach? It's like you can't. If
you can, but you need a very tight circle.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got to wrap this up shortly, but there's a couple other questions I want to ask. One, what's the biggest show you've done? You've been doing comedy for what, 10 years now?
Yeah, 10 or 11. Yeah, I did the Melbourne Comedy Festival gala.
Dude, that's so good.
That was sick. Yeah, that was a real like. I grew up watching that gala, and like that was like, fuck, this is sick. It's 3,000 seats, the Palais Theatre. It's massive, and I was fucking terrified as well. Like,
dude, that's still so cool though.
Yeah,
like,
it was really fun.
It's definitely like, as an Aussie, a like pinnacle, like a thing that you want to hit.
Totally, yeah. And like I think I'd had my eyes on it the whole time I'd been doing comedy. So then when you do it, it's like, but also like anything, it's a bit like when you finish it, you're like, all right, like, you know, it's a bit like, it's not like your life hasn't changed. It's not this like, I don't know. There is some sort of anticlimax to it in a way, just because it's built up so much, and then you do it, it's over in like 4 minutes, and then you're like, whoa. That's done. Like,
you know what it is though? It's a plateau.
Yeah, totally.
So you keep going up and like,
Totally, yeah.
So it might feel like anticlimactic, but what you're now at is you're at another level where you're like, cool,
true.
I have new goals, and like you still have to look down at all the stuff you've accomplished, because there's the people who are like, man, I wish I did that.
That's the key, right? And you get swept up in not doing that,
so swept
and it's
up
like, fuck. You got to think about that shit, like appreciate
100%.
it. Yeah, that's so important.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Well, like, do you feel like you got that based on, because like I I know you from Adelaide, but then I started seeing you like pop up on TikTok, and you're doing like all the talking to the camera stuff.
Yeah, I think it was probably a combination of things. The year before I got the gala, I released a special, which went really well on YouTube. Like I hadn't really ever put much online, and it got like, you know, a decent amount of views, and it went well. And I think it was a really good special. I was really proud of it. Then I started clipping that up, and then doing other fucking videos on TikTok and Instagram and shit.
Well, I feel like you're one of the only ones who's doing that kind of like TikTok in Australia.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
or
there's
at least
not
one
many.
of the first I've
like
seen.
talking to the camera. Yeah. I think it's getting more common now.
Yeah.
But I started doing it during lockdown, so that was a while ago now. And I think it definitely had something to do with getting the gala, and
I'm sure it didn't get you the gala. Obviously, your comedy got you the gala.
but it's all just it's all like
map,
I think like these things are just like you're building a fucking story or whatever of who you are in your career, and like you just. And I think when you get down on it and you're like, fuck, like I'm doing this podcast and no one's listening. Like I've got a podcast at the moment and I don't get many listeners, but it's like everything is a little like splash of paint that you're adding to this tapestry. And then that tapestry, when it's finally at a point, they go, hey, do you want to do Live at the Apollo? Because they can see your whole tapestry. Yeah, I think so
you're doing the work.
It's all of it. Yeah, I think you got to.
You're doing every piece of the job.
Yeah.
And then like it will all build, and like the YouTube comedy special gets like a pop. Well, now you're gonna get some more podcast listeners.
Yeah. Exactly.
You get a good guest on the podcast, or I don't know how you format the podcast.
Totally.
But then like it can all influence each other. 100%. You never know where it's gonna come from.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dude, that's kind of why like I started the club, because you never know where it's gonna come from.
Totally. And I think this industry is so hard to survive in and make money in and sustain a career in, that it's like if you're not doing several different things, I think you're fucked these days. Like if you just want to be, if it fucking Jim Carrey and you're just like, this is my act and I'm hilarious and you've never seen anything like it before. It's like, but you got to sort of be able to do a couple other little things. Like, can you make a show? Can you do this? Like, these days, I think it's become much more multifaceted than it used to be.
Oh, 100%. For musicians too. I saw this breakdown of how cringe it is to be a musician now.
Yeah.
Because you can make your music and you can have great music, but can you sell your music?
Yeah, totally.
And it's up to you to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, musicians, you're now getting to where comedy was.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we're kind of going in this way.
100%.
Where like we're getting up to a place where it's like, fuck it, we can make our own, like our own way, our own path. We don't need anybody to do it. And now the musicians are going, oh fuck, we have to do it ourselves.
Totally.
We have to make our own way.
Totally. Yeah, exactly. And it's like the trade-off of that, it's like, you got to be cringe and you got to sell yourself on your own channels. But the trade-off is like, it's liberating in a way to be able to make your own path and to,
well, you're not beholden to like somebody who's granting you fame.
Exactly. Yeah. Which I think overall is a good thing.
I think it's a great thing.
The gatekeepers don't have as much power as they used to. I think that's good.
I think they're going to find their ways to get their hooks back in.
That's true,
In the same way, like, sure, we got Netflix, and we're like, fuck yeah, down with commercials. And now commercials are making their way back into...
Man, I just did a podcast about this on my own podcast, which I may as well plug now. It's called Stream of Contentedness. I just did an episode about this this concept called enshittification. Have you heard about this?
No.
It's where like everything seems amazing and then it becomes shit, and there's a reason for it. And like Netflix is such a good example. Uber, it's like they get you, and it's like Uber, it's like, fuck, these rides are like $4, and they show up straight away, and then they start charging more, and then they start paying the drivers less, so there's less cars, people are quitting, and it's getting more and more expensive. Netflix starts bringing back ads, but they've trapped us now, and it's like that's the model. It's like Instagram, it's everything. It's like get them in, make it really good, make it cheap, accessible. They're doing it with ChatGPT at the moment. And then once everyone is beholden to it and relies on that service, then you make it fucking expensive. You make it shit. You make it whatever. And I think that's happened to TikTok or happening to TikTok at the moment. So,
also the one key thing about that is it's not just like getting you hooked. It's making it so cheap and readily available that it crushes everybody else doing it.
Yes, exactly. It's the one.
Yeah.
It becomes the one. Yeah, totally. And then once, I think that's sort of the model for all these things.
What's beautiful is like, and I think this is like a Jurassic Park-ish way to be like nature finds a way, is as much as like Uber will fuck everybody else, Didi, Ola, all these other companies will pop up.
Yeah, totally.
And there will be people who see, hey, we've been singled out, we can do it now.
Totally, 100%. And like it's like, Spotify's so unethical, so then there's like more ethical alternatives for that, and like people always want something a bit more community driven. It's like maybe not the masses, maybe not the majority, but there's always people who want something more ethical, more community driven, more whatever. Yeah.
Dude, this was such a lovely way to end this podcast.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Is there anything else you want to plug?
Nah, just my podcast would be the main thing. Stream of Contentedness with Lewis Garnham. And yeah, I've got a show in London coming up on the 20th of November. I don't know when you're releasing this.
Yeah, this will be up before then.
Cool. Sweet. Yeah, come to that if you want to come to lewisgarnham.com.
Dude, thank you so much for doing the pod.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you guys for listening.